Hello, my name is Ben, and on this YouTube channel I document my own print-on-demand journey. I started my print-on-demand business November 2020, and I think I've grown from month to month. I mean, it's a little bit of a bumpy ride sometimes. Some months aren't that good than others, going forward. There's always a weaker month in between, but that doesn't matter. Overall, the business is growing, and I just want to share with you, if I had to start again with print-on-demand, or if I would start again, how would I start? So I would just want to recommend for everybody who's just starting with print on demand, or thinking about starting, how should you really start? So for me, the best sequence, which is probably also the most effective and efficient one, would be first of all to try to get an account on Amazon Merch. If you don't know what Amazon Merch is, well, it's also a print on demand website pretty much. It's part of the Amazon Marketplace. You can register there, but you need to put an application through. And if you do that on the Amazon Merch website, you can basically sign in or sign up down here. Then you have to apply, and it always takes a few days to be approved. Some people are not approved straight away. Then you can start again, maybe start with a different email address. There are different ways of doing it, but see first if you can get accepted. And if not, then you can find videos on my website, on my YouTube channel, which might tell you how you could get accepted potentially. But try it first, because that takes a few days anyway. And even if you are accepted, then you can start uploading designs. But these designs, you can't upload unlimited designs to Amazon Merch. You have a tier system, so you start with the lowest tier anyway. So there's a maximum of products that you can upload anyway, and you need to have you need to get certain sales to tier up to the next tier level. So I would recommend start here first, because the uploading doesn't take that long, and you can only upload a few designs in the beginning. But after a while, as soon as you make more and more sales, you can tier up, but it can take weeks and months to tier up. So it really makes sense to start here in the beginning, because it is a long process, and you don't want to start with Redbubble, and on Redbubble it can take quite a while to get sales. So if you start on Redbubble, for example, without starting on Amazon Merch, and you might get demotivated. Whereas when you start on Amazon Merch and you can get some sales fairly quickly, you can tier up. That will motivate you. The next website that I would start with, and that could be in parallel to Amazon Merch, is Spreadshirt. The reason I say Spreadshirt, it is one of my best print-on-demand websites that works for me. Nearly most sales on Spreadshirt, and I would advise to start on the UK marketplace, or at least the European marketplace, depending on which country you live in. Ideally, if you live in, you can always start to register on spreadshirt.co.uk, and all the designs that you upload to this website will be published on all the European marketplaces of Spreadshirt. In parallel, you could also create an account on spreadshirt.com, but the sales there aren't great, but you can really make a lot of sales on spreadshirt.co.uk. And the thing is, here as well, they have something like a tier system. They call it Star Class Academy or something. So you need to publish 10 designs, then they will review them, then they will put you into a certain star class. And again, you have to make certain sales to be able to tier up. So again, you could start Amazon Merch and Spreadshirt in parallel, because it can take quite a while to get out of these tier levels, and it can be demotivating if you have to wait a long time. So I would always start with these two first, maybe in parallel. And if you can then also in parallel start with Redbubble, that would be great, because Redbubble, you have basically 60 uploads per day if you wanted to, but it's quite a lot. But why I say this is you could have Amazon Merch and Spreadshirt set up, so that's sort of running in parallel, and you need to wait probably weeks and months until you get to a next star class. But in parallel, then, while you're waiting and while you have set up Amazon Merch and Spreadshirt, then you can also start Redbubble, maybe after that or in parallel, and you can start to build your Redbubble business. It can take quite a while. Stickers sell pretty well on Redbubble, but really you can upload anything, because you can upload your one design and publish it on all the products. But it can take a while until you get any sales on Redbubble and until it really kicks off. What I would then do, if you still have some spare time and if you really want to grow quickly, I would register on Zazzle. Zazzle is the upload process is quite painful, but if you use an automated uploader, I use Flying Upload, and you use the free version, you get 150 uploads per month free, and you could use all of these 150 uploads for Zazzle. So you could upload manually to Redbubble, and then Zazzle you could just automate the upload process. 150 uploads is quite a lot already. If you then get a bit of cash flow in, you could start with the beginner version or the advanced or even the pro version, depending on how fast you want to grow. and then you can even upload to even more websites automatically. And I talked about that in various videos here. If you're interested in Flying Upload, there's a link in the description with a discount code, but by all means, start with a free version first. I think that is very valuable. So with these 4 websites, you could already make some sales, and that will motivate you on your journey. You can make sales fairly quickly. I think you might even get sales on Zazzle quicker than on Redbubble, but the Zazzle upload process can be a bit painful, which is why I recommend Flying Upload for Zazzle. And Redbubble, the upload process is fairly easy, fairly quickly. You can sort of nearly automate it when you do it manually. And again, there are videos on my channel about that. But so how do you create designs then? Because you have obviously created now your accounts with all these websites. First of all, I would advise maybe start with Placeit. Placeit costs, I think, something like $10 a month, but you can really create designs fairly quickly. It would allow you to create designs very quickly. An alternative would be Canva, which is this. Canva is another tool where you can design fairly easy, fairly quickly. You have a bit more sort of freedom to create your designs. It's a bit easier to create your designs on Canva, but you don't have that many templates or no templates at all, but you have tons of graphics that you can use. You could combine that, and it's not expensive, again, like $10 a month. You could combine that with designs from Creative Fabrica or All Sunsets, and that's pretty much everything I have used in the beginning. All Sunsets, they've got tons of really pretty print-on-demand designs that you can use to create your own unique designs. You could import them into Canva, but I would actually recommend, so either you do that if you want to, you can find a link in the description as well, but I think I'd rather recommend Creative Fabrica, because the guys from All Sunsets, they are also on Creative Fabrica, and here you can actually start with $1 in the first month just to test it, and you can download, I think, I don't know, at the moment they've got more than 3 million files on their website, and it's growing every day. And you find these sort of sunset designs that All Sunsets have also on Creative Fabrica, and with that then you can create your own designs, for example in Canva. Fairly easy. You can download them from Canva with a transparent background here, and then you can upload them to all the websites that I've shown you: Merch by Amazon, Spreadshirt, Zazzle, and Redbubble. I think these are the main websites I would start with. If you still want to grow further, you could invest in the Flying Upload Advanced or Pro version, and then you can even upload to other websites like Society6, TeePublic, and so on. But if I'm honest, I think maybe in the beginning you should just start with these 4. They on their own can provide a decent cash flow. I think Society6 is good as well, but it takes longer to make sales and it isn't growing that quickly. Fine Art America, I've got nearly no sales. Shirty can be a bit painful as well without advertising. TeePublic, it's hard to get onto the marketplace. They don't allow everybody on the marketplace. And what else? Tostadora is quite good. Tostadora, yes, potentially might be worth looking into. But again, maybe then you should have the advanced version of Flying Upload. So that's how I would start again. Pretty much the same way that I've actually done it. I think it worked out quite well. And I don't really need any other tool, to be honest, in my print-on-demand business. Maybe the odd app here and there, which allows me to create text-based designs quickly. But really, what I just showed you is really everything you need in the beginning. It doesn't really cost a lot of money. Maybe if you just go with Canva and Creative Fabrica, Canva costs you maybe, I think, something like $9.99 per month, maybe even a bit less. In Creative Fabrica in the first month is only $1. And then in the first month, if you do that and if you create a lot of designs, you can potentially already create some cash flow that would allow you to keep a Creative Fabrica subscription in the next month, where the price then goes up from $1 to, I think, something like $19.99 or so. You would have to check that. And again, there's a link in the description with a discount code. But these are the main things that I would use. If you then want to explore other things, yeah, by all means, you can look into Vexels, you can look into other print-on-demand websites and so on. But this is probably will take a lot of time anyway to set this up. But bear in mind, print-on-demand, you don't really need any startup investment, and it works. It works. And I've documented my journey here on this channel, and it just shows you can grow with print-on-demand. It costs a bit of time, but if you automate it, you can really manage it in addition to a full-time job. And I've got it, done as well, in addition to my full-time job, in addition to another side business anyway. So it doesn't take a lot of time if you do it correctly. and all the information you want you find on my channel. If you're looking for a specific video, just ask me in the comments, or if you have a question, and I'm happy to answer any question. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye!